Barnaby Thomas Gerard Joyce is an Australian politician. He is the current leader of the National Party and Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, having previously served as Nationals leader from February 2016 to February 2018, and Deputy Prime Minister from February 2016 to October 2017 and from December 2017 to February 2018. Joyce was born in Tamworth, New South Wales, and is a graduate of the University of New England. In 1999, he set up an accountancy practice in St. George, Queensland. Joyce was elected to the Senate at the 2004 federal election, taking office in 2005, though it subsequently emerged in 2017 that he was not eligible for election. He became the National Party's Senate leader in 2008. At the 2013 election, he transferred to the House of Representatives, winning the rural seat of New England in New South Wales. During 2013, Joyce replaced Nigel Scullion as deputy leader of the National Party. He succeeded Warren Truss as party leader and deputy prime minister in 2016. In the Abbott and Turnbull governments, Joyce served as Minister for Agriculture and Minister for Infrastructure and Transport. During the 2017 parliamentary eligibility crisis, Joyce was confirmed to be a dual citizen of New Zealand. On the 27th of October 2017, the High Court of Australia ruled that he had been ineligible to be a candidate for the House of Representatives at the time of the 2016 election. Joyce re-entered Parliament in December 2017 after winning the New England by-election with a large swing against low-profile opposition. In February 2018, he resigned his ministerial and leadership roles after acknowledging that he was in a relationship and expecting a child with a former staffer. He was succeeded by Michael McCormack, but returned as leader of the Nationals on the 21st of June 2021, following a leadership spill. Barnaby Joyce was born in Tamworth, New South Wales and raised as one of 6 children on a sheep and cattle property about 60 kilometers northeast at Danglema near Woolbrook. Joyce's paternal grandfather, Lieutenant Colonel John P. Joyce, of the NZ Otago Regiment, landed at Gallipoli on the 25th of April 1915, and fought on the Western Front during World War I as well as in the Pacific War during World War II. John also once served as a bodyguard to the future Edward VIII during the interwar period. Barnaby's father, James Michael Joyce, was born in New Zealand and was injured in World War II. James Joyce moved to Australia in 1947 to study veterinary science at the University of Sydney, where he met Joyce's mother, Mary Roche, who was studying physiotherapy. In 1956, Barnaby's parents married and made their living as farmers. Joyce attended Woolbrook Public School, boarded at St. Ignatius College, Riverview in Sydney, and graduated from the University of New England Armidale with a Bachelor of Financial Administration in 1989. Joyce met Natalie Aberfield at UNE. They married in 1993. After graduating, Joyce moved around northern New South Wales and Queensland as a farm worker, nightclub bouncer, and rural banker. From 1991 to 2005, Joyce worked in the accounting profession and founded his own accountancy firm Barnaby Joyce & Co. in St. George, Queensland in 1999. He is a Fellow of CPA Australia. From 1996 to 2001, Joyce served in the Royal Queensland Regiment of the Australian Army Reserve. In the 2004 Australian federal election, Joyce was elected to the Senate representing Queensland and the National Party. His term ran from the 1st of July 2005 until the 30th of June 2011. He was re-elected at the 2010 election as a member of the Liberal National Party, which was formed by a merger of the Queensland divisions of the two non-Labour parties. Before taking his seat in July 2005, Joyce said that the government should not take his support for granted. As a senator, he crossed the floor 19 times during the term of the Howard government. Joyce initially expressed misgivings about the government's proposed sale of Telstra, the partially state-owned telecommunications company. Nevertheless, Joyce voted in favor of the sale a few months later in September 2005. This led the Labour Party to label Joyce, "Back Down Barney," and "Barnaby Rubble," in an acrimonious parliamentary debate, as the Telstra sale legislation had been pursued by the lower house in prior parliamentary sessions. With no assistance package for regional Australia, Joyce was later credited for holding out until the multi-billion-dollar assistance package was negotiated and delivered. Joyce opposed the free provision of the Gardasil vaccine. In May 2006, after a one-month visit to Antarctica as a member of the External Territories Committee, Joyce promoted mining there, banned under the Antarctic Treaty, and stated that other nations did not recognize Australia's 42% claim over Antarctica. The proposal was roundly condemned by Federal Environment Minister Ian Campbell, Labour opposition spokesman Anthony Albanese and others. As a senator, Joyce used the threat of cross